right here. I do appreciate it. For those who are just going to be watching the VODs, hope you're having a happy New Year's. What is? Oh, well, I'm hearing myself. I was like, what the heck am I hearing right now? I'm hearing myself because I'll check the other streams, make sure I'm actually live. We are live. Okay. But yeah, I hope you have a happy New Year's. Hope your Christmas was all good. Hope you got everything you would like. Hope you spent some time with your family and friends. And of course, I hope you had fun time watching us yesterday playing D&D. If you haven't already gone and watched that podcast, or not podcast, D&D stream, go ahead and go watch it. It's about an hour and close to 2 hours, where, hour or something. So, it was a lot of fun. Had a lot of good laughs yesterday. We usually do when we play those scenes. The energy was a little less yesterday. We definitely tell there's a lot of winding down from the holidays from some people. There's
a lot of tiredness. A lot of we're having fun, but damn.
Yeah. So, I hope everybody's safe, hope everybody's doing good, and I hope you're here to hang out with us. I just say my New Year's was uneventful, and I was completely fine with it. My dogs, just like any person, if you have dogs, they just do not like fireworks. And so I took the baby of the family, picked her up, walked outside, and showed her what all the fuss was about. I let her see it, and every now and then, you could tell every now and then she was like, ooh, ah. And then every a couple seconds later, she was like, oh shit, oh no, do not like it, let me in.
We have that experience with our dogs. I have never had one that done that shit. Never.
Really?
Like, they don't pay no fucking attention to it.
My dogs do. Like, Lotus will tell them to shut the fuck up.
Ahsoka, they were blowing off fireworks starting at 9 o'clock through the night, and Ahsoka's like laying in the fucking floor.
Don't care.
She don't give a shit. Now that I think about it, the Roddy I had, and my German Shepherd mix, neither one of them ever gave a shit either. They were just like, huh. And then them two were actually outside dogs. They were in the backyard. So it wasn't like they could run anywhere. They heard the shit. They seen the shit. There wasn't nothing they could do. They was just out there. But they never once barked or nothing like that. I've never had one do that. And I know a lot of people say that their dogs do that, but that's why it's kind of weird to me to hear someone tell me that their dogs freak out, because mine have never done that shit. None of them. I've had my entire life.
The only one that said never actually cared about fireworks was Geo. Geo was like the dog that was chill almost no matter what was going on. Meme would shake and shiver when fireworks were going on. She wouldn't very much bark, but she would shake and shiver. Lotus would... He always bark. He just, like I said, he doesn't bark because it's loud. He's like barking to tell him to shut up. He has that kind of like, that commanding, like, and then he'll stop. And then fireworks keep it going on, and he'll do it again, and then he'll go to sleep, and then he'll wake back up like, shut up! To go back to sleep.
I mean, like I said, I find it a little odd because none of mine have ever done that. But then again, I don't know if it's because dogs I've had have always been around fireworks, if you know what I mean. Like early on, my dogs when I was younger, we used to do big firework things on the 4th at the farm. I mean, like, this wasn't someone else setting them off. We'd have a big ass fucking makeshift table that we built, right?
Yeah.
And we would be hang on a minute.
Get text.
Dragon was messaging me.
Gotcha.
But anyway, we would do these big ass blowouts, and I'm talking about we would be shooting fireworks for hours, and the damn dogs would be sitting right next to us while we was lighting them bitches and launch them. And if you think they loud from your house, you should be next to them bitches when they're going off. And never had one that cared. All the ones we've ever had in town, since we moved here in town, Never had one give a shit. It's kind of that's why I said it's not that I don't believe it because there's a shitload of people that say it. I just have never seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've had other dogs in my life. I just don't remember if they barked when they were younger or when I was younger. Sorry. So I just feel like I've always knew dogs that bark during fireworks. Nani, of all the dogs, I would think she would be a barker. No, she's a shaker. She will shake and shake when she hears fireworks or thunderstorms. She will not bark. So like, I don't know why Aisha started barking. I wish I had figured out a way to nip that in the butt because I don't really care for dogs barking unless there's a reason to bark. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a intruder. But otherwise, like, I don't really like care for dogs barking. But it wasn't bad. It's just all that I had to do is for New Year's and 4th of July. Call me paranoid, call me weird, whatever. I don't care. Ever since I heard a story about one of my associates, I won't say he's a friend, he's an associate. I knew the guy. Good dude, football player, had a bit of a drug addiction. Didn't like from that perspective. Nice guy, just he was on drugs and I didn't associate, like I said, he was an associate. He wasn't a friend. So he was out one day, I told the story before, he was out at my friend's house, my actual friend, Michael Guerrero's house, and I don't know if it was on 4th of July or New Year, but he was at my friend's house, and when he went up to my friend's house, at his house where his mom and dad was, somebody shot a firework, it went into the house, set the house on fire, and burned him alive. Every time someone's shooting fireworks, I will stay up until the fireworks stop, because I'm afraid that's going to happen to me someday. That I'm awake, that I'm not going to wake up, or someone's shoot a firework. And it's not rare. It's actually kind of common. It's actually like they say during New Year's and 4th of July, like 10 houses or like not 10 houses, like 100 houses or 10,000 houses burned down or something like that. It's actually, I don't remember the statistics. So if you don't believe it's statistics, but it's common according to firefighters. This happens a lot, and I don't want it to be a lot with me.
Yeah, well, I guess because I've handled fireworks all my life and been around people that handle them. It's not something I worry about. I mean, the truth of the matter is, it's not the big ones that you hear going off in the sky that you need to worry about that happening from. It's the little ones that people are playing with in the yards.
Yeah. Mississippi.
Those that are firing up in the air. If they've got the tubes mounted right, they ain't going nowhere but up.
Oh yeah, but like I like the Mississippi. We used to have the little finger fireworks all the time to throw them and pop, single pops.
Oh yeah.
And I told you before, we used to put those in big old piles and like out in the middle of the street where no houses were nearby, and light and run and turn around and see them going everywhere. It was so cool. But
yeah,
like I should be comfortable with fireworks. But ever since that, I was like, damn, like that sounds like a shitty way to live, and this is my home. I don't want it to get burnt down because somebody went and, I even saw a video actually like literally yesterday. Dude lit this 3 fireworks. It went up and turned 90 degrees and went right toward his friends. I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun. And they weren't the small ones. They were like kind of this like semi bigger ones, on a stick.
That's the people. That's the people that don't know what the hell they're doing. Around here, we tend to know what the fuck we're doing. Like there isn't none of this hand holding bullshit because hand holding will get you fucked up.
Yeah. Pop a finger.
We do shit like taking little copper tubes.
Mm-hmm.
And getting a couple of fixtures so you got a handle.
Yeah.
So that when you can slide that thing in the tube. When you light it, you can aim it.
Mm-hmm.
Not just.
Oh yeah.
Kind of bullshit.
When we were young, we were stupid. We were always trying like, okay, perfect timing and go. And it was like we were trying to see like how to throw it out of our hands and then like have it where as soon as you threw it out of your hands, it would launch upwards and pop. And we had it almost down to a science. But every now and then, somebody would throw it a little too soon, and that shit wouldn't go up. it'll go toward. It's like whoever's in that direction, no one's set in that distance, because every now and then somebody's fingers might slip, or the stick might break, and the stick breaks. Well, then there's no control on that one. It's like, well, oh shit.
Yeah. So I mean, but you know, you talk about that, but it's just as common in areas that have people that do a lot of model rockets.
Mm-hmm.
For shit to burn down too, because model rockets will burn your shit down too.
Wait. Yeah. So, yeah. Do you have anything like that?
It is what it, huh?
Do you have anything like that you like when certain things happen in a certain year, certain time of year, that you just like, I gotta be awake just in case something, something might happen. I don't know. It's like, I know some people don't like getting toilet paper rolled.
I will tell you, for me, it's not a certain time of year, it's a certain set of circumstances.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was younger, I had a friend that he had noticed for a couple of days a car parking on the street.
Yeah.
But didn't pay no attention to it because it was like a suburban area. People park cars right out in front of their house all the time, because there wasn't enough driveway space for both vehicles or whatever. And people are always buying new cars and shit, so you never know when the neighbor gets a new car or whatever. He didn't think nothing about it. But it did stick in the back of his mind, for some reason. He had that, that little feeling like, it's a little off, but not enough that you're like, ooh, I'm worried,
Yeah. What's up, YouTube chat?
He should have paid attention to his inner voice that said it was a little off, because one night him and his sister was out at the theaters. His dad was working late, and the person driving that car did a home invasion and killed the shit out of his mama.
Oh shit, okay.
So my thing is a certain set of circumstances. So for example, if I come home and there's a vehicle that's been parked on my street that I ain't never seen before, more than 2 days, at that point, I am not sleeping until that motherfucker's gone. And I'm probably packing the entire time.
Okay. So, because have you ever seen that before? Like, have you ever seen somebody like in a car parked in your neighborhood and just like, for whatever reason, never seemed to anybody coming or going?
Over the years, probably about 3 or 4 times it's happened to me in 3 or 4 different places I've lived. But I mean, nothing ever came of it. But just like I said, call me paranoid. I mean, you've been to my house, I have cameras all over the outside of this motherfucker. So
yeah.
I don't play dumb shit when it comes to my family. I'm not gonna walk out there and look for trouble, but if you step through that threshold, I'm gonna give you trouble.
Okay, so that brings up a thought here. My wife, as you well know, she loves true crimes. Loves true crimes. She thinks they're fascinating, interesting. How the story goes about. Yeah, and of course she's not happy unless someone in a true crime got like a serial killing of like 10 or 12 people, and like, right. 2 people got killed. She's like, that's not a true crime. That's not a serial killer. That's just somebody that's killed 2 people. That's not a serious thing. I mean, I'm going, anybody's life being taken by another head should be a serious thing, but that's not here and there. So
right
nowadays, you don't like. She was asking, like, man, what happened to all the true crimes? Like, where's all the serial killers are gone? I'm like, for one thing, we should be happy the serial killers are gone. The internet's more available and open to everybody. So if anybody's getting killed, everybody online knows about it nowadays. No longer is like hear from the news, a grapevine or whatnot. So nobody can just go cross state lines and easily go to the next town and go do the same thing all over again. But like, what is your thoughts? Like, why can't people not do that no more? You're like, is it really that big of a surprise?
I think it's kind of it's a 2-pronged thing. One, you're right. Information is way easier to obtain and track now than it used to be. And people are a little bit more cautious, I would say. So, like, take, for instance, way back when some specific individual was walking around knocking on co-eds' doors,
what's up, man?
Killing them. back then there wasn't an internet.
Yeah.
There was no cell phones. So it wasn't uncommon for someone that broke down or had an emergency or something to come knock on your door.
I like your herb hopes.
So people were more it was more likely that they were going to open the door.
Yeah.
And less likely you were going to get caught.
Yeah.
That's one reason I think a lot of that has died down. And I think, too, the mentality of the adults that own homes now is a little different than it was back then. So, for instance, take me, for example. There's people that were my grandfather's and my grandmother's age and my mom and dad's age that were all about you should be friendly and opening and welcoming to, new friends and help people in need, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you don't need to help people in need. But the difference between me and those people from that generation is I am aware that people are sons of bitches. And if they pose a threat, I will not hesitate to retaliate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me ask this question to the viewers. Like, what do y'all, for the viewers here, what do y'all think is a reason why serial killers aren't as big of a thing or big as a threat as they were back in the 90s or early 80s or so on and so on? We're talking about that.
And here's another thing that you can think about on that topic. You say they're not as big a thing, but do you know? Or did they get smarter with technology?
They must have got really smart because no one knows about them.
That's my point. I mean, if there's always two sides of the coin. Either it's almost impossible for them not to get caught, or they got really fucking good.
Well, okay, so like, let's take the Mario instance. You know what I'm saying? When I say Mario, not like Mario, the video game character, the Mario guy that like shot that one insurance dude, which we're not gonna go over whether or not he was right and wrong in his doing. That guy was only saw on camera. No one could see his face. No one could see him at all, other than the hoodie he wore, the gun that shot him, and him walking away. The internet sleuths, or the internet detectives were so well, people were able to pick him up by his height, by the thing he wore, and like the pixels that they saw. People were like, "Oh, I know who that is," and they found them.
And that's good, but then you have motherfuckers out there that are just as intelligent as them people that can go and do shit like, here, let me wear a neoprene suit, so there's no fibers, no trace evidence from my body.
Yeah.
Let me wear a mask that is made of rubber with contours and contexts so it completely disrupts any facial recognition. Let me wear sunglasses so my eyes can't be scanned.
Yeah.
And let me use a throwaway. Those types of people, there's people out there that's that intelligent. Those types of people, you don't catch that way.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
Wasn't there like, I don't remember, this may be 2 or 3 years back now, I want to say. Wasn't there like a fiber t-shirt that people could wear? And if cameras were pointed at them, it would like make the camera glitch or make the camera like go all white because of the surface of the clothing would...
Yeah, so the way that works is like a lot of cameras work using IR for lighting.
Yeah.
And there's certain materials that you can buy that will reflect IR. And IR is so bright that if it hits the lens itself, it whites it out.
Yeah.
That's why you can take an infrared pen light, point it at a camera, and the camera will go white.
Yeah, it seems like people like hold like the pins and they will flash up the people's cameras so they can't take pictures of them.
Yep.
I'm like, just if you were, I'm not saying someone out there should do this. Come to my house. I don't care how reflective that thing is. You're gonna be showing red after you come through my front door. But like, what would stop people just wearing that and just walking around and just like, oh, got cameras nearby? Don't matter.
That's the intelligent gap that we're talking about. You got common, and then you got fucking A+ fucking criminal. Okay.
Yeah.
The people that are stupid intelligent are the ones you got to worry about. See, I laugh sometimes, and you guys can take this up with me if you want to, whatever. But I laugh sometimes when I think about it because everybody runs around and they want to worry about the big motherfuckers that are toting guns. That's not the ones you need to worry about. It's the little quiet bitch in the corner that's getting all A's and has a fucking IQ of 160, 70. Those are the little bitches you need to worry about because they smart enough to do the shit and get away with it. The big motherfucker, he might get one, but he gonna get caught because he's stupid. He gonna lose
might get one. Okay, yeah, I can totally see that. Now, of course, now, mind you, I was that kid in high school. People were like, hey, if anybody would do something crazy, it would be this guy. I'm like, no, I'm not that guy. But I've been told several times through several other people, not... Again, people laugh about it. I don't give a shit. I've been told by people like I would be the one that people worry about. I'm like, no, I'm just quiet and nice because I want to be quiet and nice. I'm not like a very loud person. But over the years, I've opened up out of my shell. But I'm not trying to think of all these things of how to get away with a crime because I don't have no malicious heart in me.
But you do realize that most people that you need to worry about are people that aren't thinking about it. That's not their primary function. Matter of fact, some of the most prolific and uncaught motherfuckers are people that were the nicest people in the world until something happened
and they snapped.
And that's when you take crazy and mix it with intelligence and you get, oh fuck. Okay?
Said.
So yes. Again, I'm not saying anybody should take anybody's life. I'm not going to go out looking to take anybody's life. That being said, you step into my threshold of my home and you threaten me or my family, you're going to have a bad day.
Yeah, okay. So, like, but, you know, people can be afraid of firearms. I get it. What's up there, Tom? I get people why they might be afraid of firearms, but... Again, I know you don't believe in statistics, and not everybody believes in statistics because they can be fudged and messed around and maneuvered or modified to suit someone's need. But I don't know. I feel safe around people that have guns than I do with somebody that has a knife. I don't know what it is, not like a pocket knife, but like I'm talking about like a real like shanking motherfucker. I don't know what it is. I just don't feel as comfortable with the person with the.
You want me to tell you what I think that is psychologically?
What?
Okay. So
it's more threatening.
If you're looking at a person and you can see that they've got a gun, you can see it plain as day, right?
Yeah.
That means that person is not being sneaky. They're not hiding shit. You know what they've got. That motherfucker with the shank probably got it up his sleeve. You don't know what he's got. He's being sneaky. More than likely, he has a reason to be sneaky. He's trying to pull some shit.
Said.
So you feel more at ease with the people that are up front than the people that are trying to sneak.
Well, okay, so the UK said, somebody said the UK is safer. Now, I don't live in the UK. I know some mates. I need somebody from Scotland. I know somebody from Ireland. I know somebody from Britain, or at least I associated with him. They never talked about anybody there, but as far as I hear, and it's not always posted on the news, there's more stabbings in the UK than there is gunshots in America. Statistics, again, can be fudged and to be skewed to give you one view or another. But
the UK is they see how to say it. They are safer when it comes to gun violence.
Yeah,
because
less people get guns.
Have easy access to guns in the UK.
Yeah, but criminals are criminals.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't speak to like stabbings or anything like that over there, or bludgeoning or any of that. I can't speak to any of that shit. I have no idea. But I can say that as far as gun violence goes, yes, they are safer because of the policies they have in place.
Yeah, but criminals are criminals. They'll get them anyways if they're criminals.
However, I will say this like this. Nothing against with the way they do things. But if a man is coming at me with a big ass knife, I would like to stop him. I would like to stop him way before he reaches.
Yeah, okay. I know there's an actual actual proof. If you're within more than 5 feet of someone with a knife, you will be stabbed. Like there's no way stopping them because like it's that. Even though the knife may not be very long, the distance between getting their knife out and getting to you and stabbing you is within a fraction of a second. And even pointing out a gun, it's not enough to stop them.
That holds true. That holds some truth, but not all truth.
Yeah. It's a combative.
There is percentile wise, yes, percentage. There is a very large chance
Happy New Year,
you're going to get stabbed.
Happy New Year to you too.
If you're within 5 feet of somebody with a knife.
Card. Okay.
The question is more like, do you know what to do in that situation? You know, and I can't go into more detail than that because that's a story I'm not going to tell on podcast. But we'll talk about that at a different time.
Yeah.
But understand that there are measures that can be taken in that situation.
Yeah, I still find it funny that the UK was doing a mandatory turn-in of all ninja swords, and that's not a play on words. That's literally a quote. And they had a ban on all ninja swords. I'm like, ninja swords? Did you mean just swords? You mean anything that's longer than this thing? You know, a long. What about machetes? Those ninja swords too? Is that what? But then, of course, they were saying that, and then there was some. Okay, go into the thing. If you check the words of what they were trying to do, check the words. You're gonna find out that you didn't have to turn a lot of your stuff in, but a lot of them did. So I was like, man, my ninja sword I bought from the mall, my local mall, my little fake sword. It doesn't even have a sharp edge, but a nice point. Was enough to make people afraid. I think walking around with swords would be cool again. Can you imagine just walking around Walmart? There's a guy with a big old sword in the back of him. It's like, hey, I don't own a gun. I own a sword though. So fuck with me and find out, or we could be cool. Would you feel comfortable with somebody walking around with like an actual sharpened sword on their back, rather than?
As long as I'm able to tote mine, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you tote your sword, I'll tote my gun. We're cool.
No,
I will ask you about your sword, though.
I'm fine. I'm fine with them. If they want to tote their sword, as long as I can tote my sword, we fine.
Yeah. But I will ask questions, though.
That's equal footing. I am fine with that.
Do you think that should be in a span of like a license? Do you think you should have a license to own a sword, like an actual sword?
I'm gonna say no because I really don't want to have to go apply for a license right now.
Your card expires this month too.
I have a few, and I don't really feel like registering all my fucking blades. that's like a day and a half worth of shit for me.
I'm just saying, if people can register to have a gun and walk around with it, and if I can have a sword and I can get registered to walk around with my sword, I would be okay with that, right? But then, you have to show your license. You have to people let them know you can't very much carry. What's that when you carry your gun and not have to show it or not have to be
conceal.
In plain. Yeah, conceal. You can't very much conceal a sword. Right. Unless it's a cane, a sword cane. Then maybe we could talk about that. But walking around with a cane, I'm going to be more curious on why you have a cane, unless you're in your 80s or your 70s. But just thinking, I don't know. I would much rather feel more comfortable with a guy with a gun or a girl, don't care, walk around plain as day than somebody with a big old knife hidden somewhere on their body. And then I see it, and I'm gonna go, oh, okay, why you telling that big boy? That's gonna, oh, that feels threatening. maybe it's the idea of being more brutally killed than being cleanly killed with the bullet. Is the bullet cleaner than a stabbing?
I mean,
I wouldn't know.
To me, it's tomatoes. I don't want anybody to get killed, and to be perfectly honest, there's not a single weapon on the face of the planet that's ever actually killed anybody. It's the person using the weapon that did it.
Yeah.
So, like, whether it be a sword, a knife, a gun, a grenade, what the fuck ever, somebody had to use it for it to take the life.
Yeah. Which, by the way, happy marriage to you, Patty. I heard that someone took your hand. Good on them. Good on them. But yeah, I just like my wife was bringing up, like, I wish someone would come out with a new a murder mystery. I'm like, yeah, no one's going to, because no one's going around mass murdering people unless they're hiding it really, really good, like you said. And then maybe someone will eventually come out with it. Otherwise, there's not going to be any more serial killer murder books.
If you want me to be, let me point it out like this. I watched a true crime one time that happened, I think it was late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Okay? It took them 15 years to catch this motherfucker. Back then.
Yes.
Now you take that same motherfucker and turn him loose today with the intelligence and technology we have today. Shit.
You're gonna find him within the week.
When he died, you catch him when he left a fucking note saying, "Ha, you fuckers missed me."
Yeah. It's like, oh, we missed you, but thank you for leaving this note. We have pretty much every single bit of evidence we need to find you now. It's like the technology they can find with just that paper alone, and the ink and the pencil.
What I'm saying is they wouldn't find him until he left the note, and if he's me, I'm not leaving that motherfucker till I'm dead.
Anything.
It's gonna be the last thing. And when they're gonna stand up there to read my shit and be like, I can't read this out loud.
Yeah, it'd be like, here's his eulogy. I will now read from his, oh, fuck. Someone call the cops. I know this is a eulogy. I know a lot of you love him, but I can't read this, or a lot of you will hate him real quick.
Like I said, I don't wish, I really don't.
Yeah.
I really, really don't. And I don't wish anybody to do me harm. But I think at a certain point, everybody has a breaking point. Everybody has that one thing that if you cross the line, whether it be their child, their wife, their mother, their father, their cousin, their brother, whoever they're closest to, I think everybody has the ability to do certain things if it's in the interest of preserving their own life or someone that they love.
Yeah.
But do I wish that on anybody? Hell no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, and I don't wish anybody harm. But speaking of harm, and this is something that we talked about a few weeks back, and this actually happened a couple days ago. So I just want to this is a quick little conversation, and I don't get this at all. And honestly, if I lived near you, Stealthy, I would do something just to see if it would be the opposite, if someone else would do it. But okay, so a few weeks back, I told you about this one streamer female that SA'd someone, and she was like, no one was like, why no one getting her banned? And a couple of days ago or weeks ago, it was actually within a week, she got banned, and it was supposed to be permanent. And everybody was online going, oh yes, she was permanent. Yes, finally, she's gone. And she posted up like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be back. Don't worry, I'm gonna be back and going at it all over again. And she was banned because you ever seen people like, or you ever hear this, like the tales or the stories of someone like fake scanning their items at a Walmart or a Target or whatnot, or like taking one item, putting it over the other item, and then scanning it and act like you scanned both items and putting it in your cart to try to cheat. She did that live on stream, and then then later on, the something that happened had to go deeper into that story. So she got banned for that. Another guy did the same thing, and he's permanently banned. Permanently banned. This girl not only stole live on stream, she bragged about it on stream, and she sexually essayed someone. She came back a week or so later, bragging how she was back. And everybody's like, oh my God, if the guy would do this, he was permanent. But why was she banned only for like 2 weeks or so for thefts live on stream, but a guy that did the same thing is not unbanned? So like, that's kind of unfair. And then she showed the receipt, and this house of people are so dumb. She showed a receipt from Target showing that she didn't steal these items. When she showed the receipt, there was items missing from the receipt that she showed that she was buying. And people just believed her. She literally showed them to the camera like this. Here's the receipt showing the items, and there was items missing on the receipt. See, I didn't steal. I didn't do none of that. See, I got y'all. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I'm like, bitch, you just showed me all the evidence that I need. Where's the shoes? Where's that popcorn? Where's those items at? They're gone. I wonder how that happened. That's a coincidence. I didn't steal nothing. You, oh my God. And you, I know you don't watch streamers, and I don't watch her either. You ever met somebody that tries to be something else that they're not?
Yep.
This girl is so fake in so many ways. She wants to be like a gangster dude. Like a real like hood rat gangsta. She wants to be so bad. She's imitating a gangster like mentality in a mannish like way, but yet her profile of herself, she looks gorgeous. She looks really pretty. And if you read the chat, she was wearing this Grinch mask saying she was doing like a charity stream. People were gooning, going, please take off the mask. Please, mods, please tell her to take off the mask. Please, I want to see her face. Tell her to take off the mask. I'm like, oh my God, y'all some fucking gooners. Go jerk off. Go find a girlfriend. Go do something. I don't give a fuck. Why are you gooning over this girl that sounds like a dude, trying to act gangster as shit, begging her to take off her Grinch mask so you can fucking see her face? She's pretty, but boy, if you heard her voice, you just want to slap her back and just to hear her scream like a girl for 5 seconds. Cause holy shit. Oh, like, I know there's a lot of male streamers out there that are really popular, have that like that kind of mentality, you know, especially nowadays, and they're guys, and you want to be in that same category, but damn. And you know, of course, one more thing. This girl openly admitted that she beat the shit and abused her brother so much when she was younger. They literally fled America to go back to Japan, China, so they wouldn't get arrested. Sure, of course, she came back later in her adult life. But she openly admits that. I'm like, you can't have that kind of people on. Yeah, Twitch is some people are saying this a lot. Twitch needs to do some shit, but that's not here or there. But yeah, I had a rant about that because, again, if I were to go to y'all's house and pretend like I SA stealthy and someone catch it on stream, I'm pretty sure I would be permanently banned.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even if it was staged, completely staged. Best believe I'll get attention then. People are like, wait, why is this one streamer, you know, doing this SA? He gets banned, but this other girl don't do it. And I'm like, and I come back later on, it's like, oh yeah, that's all that was shit staged. All of it. It was fake. What? You guys pretend like that was faked? You know, the actual live on camera, obviously the guy didn't like it. He didn't want it. He didn't enjoy it. But, okay. Sorry. What you doing now?
So,
you going somewhere?
I don't know, man. I feel like there's some wild shit that goes on out there in the world, and I know this may sound weird, but I very much try to keep my shit to myself.
Okay, here's a question for you. Do you think there are some industries out there? You ever heard of the expression a shitification?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think any industry out there is actually on purpose shitifying and trying to make things go and look bad in order to make it actually end? Like, some people actually believe that why a lot of video games are right now are doing really bad. A lot of AAA games, not like indie games. A lot of AAA games have, like, over the past year, they've been noticing the quality of them is going worse and worse. Some people actually believe out there that the AAA companies are purposely trying to make video games bad so they can end the video game industry. Do you think stuff like that in any industry is actually happening and on purpose, and why?
I would think that some people, there may be some industries that are doing that. And the reason being is, let me ask you this. Do you know how it works if you have a business policy?
Not really.
All right, so you can take business policies out for a number of different reasons. For natural disasters, for government shutdowns, layoffs, and stuff like that, right? And it pays you out.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if your business takes a flop, there's a policy out there for that shit.
Okay, so policy. Wouldn't that be what's the word for it? Like, if you do that kind of stuff, it's policy fraud.
If you do it intentionally and get caught.
Okay, caught it.
Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because what these policies are they're set up so that let's say a company manufactures computer mice, right?
Okay.
And you get this policy because you're saying, hey, if one day our business tanks hard enough that we have to shut the doors, I need to be taken care of, right? So you pay this policy all these years, and then that day comes, you're still paid out, you're still taken care of, okay? Now, let's say you're X business, and you're like, hey,
money. I didn't told you. That's why I told you to make a decision.
I'm tired of dealing with this dumb shit. I don't want to deal with this dumb shit no more. And I don't want to be the bad guy. So if I ride this bitch hard enough and make the product bad enough, it's going to do its job for me.
Okay.
So you still get your payday without all the hassle. Or you have it where you have competing companies finally get a foothold on a competing company, and they're like, hey, we want to acquire you for X amount of dollars, but you got to tank your business because we don't want the competition.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
So, in a way, that's... I don't see any company like, hey, I want to devalue my company so someone buys me at a cheaper price, because, if you have a high profit company, they'll be able to buy you out at a higher price. But if you're making deals with some people, it's like, hey, we want to buy you out and take care of your company, but we don't want to spend that much money. Maybe if you can lower your company's self-worth a little bit so we can then buy you out at a lower price.
Maybe just one of those situations where you get in the right person's ear and you're like, hey, if you tank this company so they stop being my competitor, we'll set you up after it closes.
Yeah, it's like, remember that during the GameStop little scandal where people were deliberately trying to drop GameStops to they can like get it foreclosed? Like the stockbroker were literally manufacturing ways to make GameStop's profit go down, and then a bunch of people bought a bunch of stocks and then held on to it and made the stocks of the GameStop go back up.
Yep.
I wonder if people are doing that kind of same thing for companies where like they're trying to make that companies go out of business. But like instead of like rather than being brokers or being the stockholders, they're the actual high-end businessman.
So let's look at it like this. Let's say you have a big corporation, right? And you compete with me over a product. And you are 51% shareholder, which means what you say goes, right?
Yeah.
But I don't want the competition. So I come to you and I say, hey, I give you $2.5 billion, but you got to tank the company.
Mm-hmm.
You got to tank your company so that I don't have this fucking competition.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I'm approaching the one person in the company that can tank it. If you take my deal, then you just go back to work for the next year or two and purposely force quality and products and everything else down till the company eventually closes. You got your payday and you got to work another 2 years and collect paycheck.
That makes me think. That makes me wonder. Like, I forget which Arabic or Indian. I forget. Like, somebody from over there bought a game studio for a lot of money. And everybody was like making jokes, like, you know, how they're buying up things. I wonder if that's how they got a hold of there, because, like, I forget. Man, I wish I could look it up right now, but I'm just so lazy. I wish I could remember just the top of my head. You may not even heard of it. It wasn't Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers was bought over by Netflix. What game studio station or what not station? What game developers were bought out by? I don't even know. I don't know the name of the country. That's the thing. Like, I can't even say, like, oh, was bought out by Afghanistan, India. I don't remember which one it was. I know there's a difference. I just don't remember which it was. Anyways, so they were bought like for hundreds or thousands of dollars, and even the prince like loves video games. Like, he loves video games. He even has like anime character as his ex profile characters. And I'm just like thinking, like, that company was putting out bad game after bad game after bad games, and they weren't like trying to like. They weren't even trying to make good games. It felt like, and then that Indian company just bought it out, just like, it's us, it's ours now. I'm like, this company used to be so good. Used to make out some great games. I think the same people that made Oblivion. I think it was that company.
Called Industrial Espionage. That's how you do it.
It's like
you get somebody in the right person's ear, you offer them the right amount of money, and then they tank it so that you can purchase it.
And it just, I feel like that's the same way we're doing with like the whole voice acting, AI stuff, and the poor animation in anime. I feel like somebody's purposely trying to make anime just garbage, just terrible, just so they can like end it or they can take control of it. Like you're thinking, like someone's trying to take control of it, because like it is really not that great, and it's only happened within the past year or so that they have gone to such a poor state. And I actually believe that the shitification is purposely done. And I don't understand the real benefit of it, other than just for the fact of just trying to get it to go away. Because
it's a way to get a foothold bigger in the industry. That's all it is. It's without doing it the right way. So the way it's supposed to work, in my opinion, you look when you want to acquire another company to add to yours. You want to look for a company that's been doing good. They're making good money, because then they're gonna make money for you when you acquire them, right?
It was EA. Sorry, I found out it was EA, and EA used to make some pretty decent games.
Yeah. So what you would do is you would pay that money, whatever it was required to purchase it, and then they kept making you more money, right?
Yeah.
That's the way I think it should work. You should try to buy businesses that are making good money even if it costs you a little more, to grow your portfolio to make more money, right?
Yes.
However, a lot of people don't want to pay that high dollar price point for a good performing company. What they'd rather do is get in somebody's ear and get them to drive the company down a little bit so that selling price drops. Then when they purchase it, they'll lift it back up. You understand?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like it's like EA did like all the EA sport games, especially the football or soccer. Sorry, for Americas
Madden and all that.
Yeah, and they made so many of those soccer FIFA games. I think they call them FIFA. That they could like some people couldn't even tell FIFA. The newest FIFA from the last FIFA release. Only difference was like some slight changes and newer characters in the game. But they were making millions of dollars off of FIFA games. And they bought them for $55 billion with a B. Around that. They bought and it was by the Afghanistan's prince. Not like some other Smojo. Prince.
Yep.
Bought it. And like EA back in like Sims. Freaking game. People love the Sims. That game was a banger. Like I know they released some Star Wars games. I had some EA games on 64. The EA used to be like a brand that everybody would see EA on it and go, oh damn, this is gonna be a good game. Yeah. And it wasn't in the past like 2 or 3 years. It's like they just kept on regurgitating the same thing over and over. And if they did do something, it was so poorly received, like the last Star Wars game they released with that one female lead on it. Like it or hate it, it didn't do that well in sales at all. People didn't buy it, or they weren't interested in it. Whatever you think of it, they weren't into it. It didn't make a lot of money.
Right.
I'm like, well, if you try to find a new audience and cater to your old audience, like your FIFA players that buy your game almost no matter what, you could count on making money. Would it have been that hard? No. Would it have been that, like, expanding or, exhilarating and new facets of new ideas? No. But sometimes Call of Duty repeats is what gets sales. And that's really what it comes down to. And you didn't get the sales. Well, somebody's going to buy you out for $55 billion. I don't know how much you need to make your company drop or how bad you need to make your company look to be able to still have to have somebody pay you out $55 billion to buy your company.
Well, that company was probably worth north of 150 billion when they probably made the original offer.
Mm-hmm. And dropped it down, but yeah, still a billion. Like I don't know how much you need to split that up between all your other investors or all your stock people or your employees. But if you come out with just $1 billion in your pocket and you're the main owner, I think you're doing pretty damn good. But it's one of those things, like you said, in investments or a stockholder or not a stockholder, you're a portfolio. You keep on building up money. Will it be worth it in another 2 or 3 years? Time will tell. But I know if I was running a company, I would like to think I could make more than $55 billion worldwide within a year or so, or 2 years. If I'm doing good products, if I'm releasing good things, I could probably make that. But if I'm putting out the same slop or doing stuff that just you try to cater to new people, right, I'm imagining I wouldn't make that money. But
right,
I still, if you had $55 billion, would there be a company you'd be willing to buy? Just like right now? Like, hey, I want to buy this company.
I'm not buying shit. If I got $55 billion, bitch, I'm disappearing.
Exactly.
Motherfucker, I'm going to have an island somewhere, and you only going to get to me by jet.
Yeah, like $55 billion. The prince had that kind of money, and it wasn't a big deal to him. I remember seeing the guy. He was like on a one of those like tournaments, like EA sport games, and it was like I think it was like one of those CS:GO games. I forget which one it was. And he was on stage and he was all smiling and waiting for the gamers to come up to shake their heads and give them their trophy for winning the thing. Dude, like they didn't even ask him on the stage. He just got up, went on the stage, like, yeah, I own this bitch. What up? Big old smile on his face. Gamer dude, respectful to the guy. Dude loves video games and anime. So like, I don't know if I would meet him in real life, but he seemed like a cool dude. Just putting it out there. Don't know anything elsewise, but talk about video games and anime all day. Hell yeah. So yeah, I wish I had that kind of money. And honestly, I would be like, I wouldn't spend it on somebody. I would be like, I'm going places. I'm doing things.
I'll give you the rundown of what would happen. I don't even have to have 55 billion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We will drop that shit down to saying 6 or 7 million.
Yeah.
Okay. If I got $6 or $7 million, this is what's going to happen.
Not a question.
I'm going to go find a piece of land somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to find a builder. I'm going to build. Then I'm going to pick up a telephone. This one right here. I'm going to make a phone call and tell you that the fucking trucks will be at your house the next day. Tell your wife to resign. Pack your shit up.
Respectful.
They will move it all for you. Just
Yeah.
drive your ass down here, and I will walk you around your new place.
Have a neighborhood.
We will put up a fucking 10-foot steel fence around the property, and then be secluded by woods around that with a long ass driveway with a gate. And the hell with everybody else.
And then we just got to worry about some girl walking around with a green jacket on.
Oh, hell no, we ain't. Dude, she was shook about that shit, bro. She was shook. That ain't no joke about shit. She called me shook.
Sorry, inside story there, but yeah, I would be. That'd be the same thing. I would build a neighborhood of all my closest friends and any family members. We would have, satellite internet and regular internet. Water, solar panels for the entire neighborhood. Everybody have be rolling off solar panels as much as we can. If there was pipe water nearby, what's that water? Well water, I think. No, is it well water? Like we get water underneath as well. Yeah, have well water running to our houses, so we don't have to waste money on water too, if we can possibly get that off. And everybody's had their own house. It's like, hey, we're gonna go meet up in the stream house, and we'll just go to the stream house and go stream. I would still be doing this. You wanna go to the printer house? I'll still be printing. I can see it from here. Don't worry, I can see it from my phone. I don't need to go nowhere. I didn't start another print though. While you're there, can you knock off my print? Thank you.
Yeah. By then, we hired somebody to create a fucking arm that when it's done, we press the button and it just pushes the print off to the side.
Slide. Ting, ting, ting. And then puts it back on. Same motion every time. Or he just takes the plate off, flexes it, shakes it, and then puts it back on the plate. Something like that. But yeah, I don't need that much money. But if I had to have that money, I will be using it on making my life more happy. And happiness would not be from the gaining of things, but the gaining of people. And that sounds like slavery.
The ability to do the things you love with the people you love.
Yes,
is what makes happy.
Yes, that's what it'd be.
I would never not have season passes to the park. That would always be there.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I might even donate if they wanna build a new section.
Yeah, I'm like, is there a way I can buy, I don't know, 10 years in advance? just question, I know it might be future things. Just put me on that.
Put me on the auto renewal thing.
Yeah.
And then, hey, if y'all need help, you start running a little low on capital for an area, give me a phone call and
I will invest.
I'll invest.
Invest in my happiness and joy. Just give me Fast Pass every time. Unless Fast Pass makes me miss out on all the cool little storytelling during the rides. Does it?
I mean,
I don't know. I never.
Let's be honest. Do you need fast pass at that point? I mean, like you can go whenever the fuck you want to, however many times you want to. At that point, it's not like, ooh, I'm not getting through the line fast enough. It's more like, I might miss the next ride, but I catch it next time.
Yeah, I would definitely be more picky. Like, oh, how long's that line? Huh, I'll just come next week. Maybe it'll be lower then. Huh, that line's really long. Maybe next month. Maybe it'll start dying down. That's not a big deal. I'll be back. Then again, I would be like, please hope.
There'd be an easy answer to it. Oh, that line's really long? Ain't there a fucking OI next weekend? I'll just come to that. Here, ticket purchased.
Because I would also be wondering, like, please open that train station that's supposed to go from here to Orlando so I don't have to drive. I don't care. I know some people don't mind driving 4 hours or 8 hours to go to places, but if I could just turn off my brain and just relax on there, it'd be nice. Of course, if I had that kind of money, I would probably just fly there. I don't like flying either. Not because it's flying scary, just fucking get through the airport sucks ass. I just don't like getting to the airport. Some people's like, but it's safer. It's like, it's not the plane I'm worried about. It's the fucking people, the things you gotta do. Jesus Christ. I ain't walking around with a machete in my back in my pocket. And
you forget, if you got that kind of money, I'm not taking a bag.
You're not taking
I'm gonna walk through security, walk to my gate, and get on my private plane and fly the fuck out. When I land, I'll be like, oh shit, I need a new shirt. I guess I'll pick one up at the
I don't know, you ever saw those, like, they look like drones, but they're like personal helicopters? Would you buy one of those and learn how to fly it and get your pilot license?
I would if I had the money to have one, yes.
Yeah, like it took a two-parter. Like for you, it'd be like you and Stealthy both have one, put your kids in the back, and just fly there.
Yep.
That would be sick. That would be so much fun. Can you imagine like us, just like all three of us having one, flying off off our proper land, flying toward Orlando, and we're just communicating through through our little headsets.
Little headset.
Yeah, as we're just flying along, just go heading that way, and like, oh, we got a little storm coming. Let's go around it, or we might want to pick up speed a little bit, or just talking shit the entire time.
Well, you know it'd be a lot of shit talking the whole fucking ride. Be like, hey, by the way, those Nat 1s was great the other night. I appreciate that. It made my job a whole lot easier. And you'd be like, go fuck yourself. I
still can't believe I was rolling all bad rolls when I wanted to inspect something, but all good rolls when they kept on rolling and trying to get me to drink that shit. I'm like, there's so many ways you can freaking get me to drink this damn thing. Y'all trying to like be sneaky, and my dumb ass thinking, oh, I'm too stupid, and I keep it rolling perfect because my perception is actually one of my highest stats. So I'm like, shit, you gotta outsmart me because I'm stupid, but my perception is fucking great. So it's like, God, rolling good with that, but I can't perceive where my fucking axe is. I kept the rolling too. I kept the rolling like, am I moving? Am I moving? Am I moving?
Not wine. Now where the fuck is that?
Like, that's not wine, damn it. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Anyway, so yeah, man, at 55 billion. I wouldn't know what to do with 55 billion. I don't know where to spend 55 billion. I wouldn't want to spend 55 billion. If you told me I had to spend 55 billion dollars in 1 year, and it can't be anything like into stocks or can't be anything like that, like a company or whatnot, I had to buy something that I actually own and get to keep forever. I don't know how to spend that kind of money. I wouldn't. Like, let's let me buy. I don't know. Have you seen that movie? That one guy's like, hey, I'll give you $2 million. This is back in the early 80s, early 90s. It was a movie, and it was that one brother comedian, I forget his name. And the story was like, hey, I'll give you all this money, but you have to spend all of it within the year, and it can't be, on these certain things. And he was like, okay, if you spend it, you can keep it, but you have to spend it. You don't spend it, you lose all of it. It's like, shit, 55 million, I wouldn't know how to spend that kind of money. I don't think you can spend $55 million in a year. I don't think you can spend. I think people have done $1 million within a year, especially nowadays. But not 55. Anyways, all right, that's it. Sorry, just trying to imagine $55 billion. It just doesn't seem real. All right, we'll see you later. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves here. Although those who are watching the VODs, I hope you're having a happy new year. Hope you're going good. Our birthdays are within 18 or 17 days. What's the day? 18. So yes, 18. So 17 days. So if you want to wish us a happy birthday, go to our channels, go donate, go subscribe. If you go to my other Barely There mangas, not Barely There, my Berserk channel, go subscribe to that channel. I appreciate it. That would be my birthday gift. And as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.
Bye.